This is Captain DerTebbers speaking. Thank you for flying Teddy Bear Air. Please fasten your seatbelts. And here we are in a farm with a Piper Cub. J-3C-65 Piper Cub. This one was registered, well, not registered, but this aircraft first flew with a Continental engine. It was rated with 3 different engines, well, multiple different engines, but 3 different horsepowers. One of them was 65 horsepower, which is where the name came from. A Dash 65, 65 horsepowers. So here's our Piper Cub. Beautiful, simple aircraft. Can't get much simpler. I mean, let's check out our gauges. That's pretty much it. You know, RPMs, airspeed, compass,
when you're ready, fly
altimeter, oil temp, and oil pressure. That's really it. You see wires running for the rudder. There's my rudder. See wire up here for my ailerons. And we're talking a simple aircraft. Now this mission is really easy. I flew it once and recorded it once, and it was like less than 10. Hey, look, there goes Stocko Glaus driving a tractor. What's up, Stocko? Anyway, I did this once and I recorded it, and it was only like 6 minutes long. But there's some sub-missions involved in this mission. So, see that barn right there, how it's open? If I fly through a bunch of barns, I get an extra badge. Problem is, one of the barns, there's a tree growing in the way. So the only way to actually do it is to turn off all of the scenery. And I'm not going to do that. There's also a mission where we get to buzz some cows. And, I mean, you can't tip cows in one of these, but we can buzz cows in one of these. How about that? So we are going to buzz some cows. And there are 4 herds of, I think they're sheep actually, but whatever. 4 herds that we're going to buzz. And I happen to know that one of them is right over this edge here, and I just have to, you know, the toughest part is I'm not sitting in the front of this aircraft, so I can nose down, but ooh, trees, nose up. So somewhere over here there's some sheep, or cows, or something. Something that's hooved. I think that's them. Let's scare them. Scare the animals. Cut the throttle so we don't overspeed.
I think that farmer's gonna be sore for buzzing his sheep.
Sheep.
I'll have my wife make him a pecan pie to
yes.
make amends.
Pecan pies make everything better. Unless you're allergic to nuts, and then not so much. Alright, so we buzzed a sheep. Well, it was a group of sheep, really, but we buzzed them. Where did our field, where was the airfield we took off from? Airfield. Where was the farm that we took off from? Farm. Where'd you go? Alright, so we're supposed to be heading... I think it's behind us. Alright, let's turn around and see if we can find where we took off. Should be relatively easy. Because the other sheep, I happen to know, are behind... Oh, yep, there it is. The other sheep are behind. Ooh, I see them already. See them? I'm going to kind of line them up on the red, that red, rusty-looking thing there. There's sheep over there. So we're going to go buzz those sheep, too. Yeah. Sheep buzzers. Got our little farm airfield thing down there. Isn't that cool? Oh, there's our little hangar. The bus outside. There's Stocko driving his tractor. Just back and forth, back and forth. Wonder if he's doing silage. Probably. Alright. So let's buzz these sheep. So 3 of the 4 sheep I know are penned like this, so they're easy to see. You just buzz the pen. And by buzzing we were dropping below 100 feet.
Oh, jeez. One of them just keeled over. No, wait. He's getting up. He's okay.
Yay, the sheep's okay. Alright, so... That's, by the way, that's the barn right there. See that tree? Whoop, 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 whoop. We're going to crash. Hold on. Slow down. Alright, see that barn? See those trees right there? Good luck if you don't turn off the trees. It's just, you're going to plant the Piper into the trees. I've tried everything I could think of. Alright, but I just, to get the badge, if I really want the badge that badly, I just turn off the trees. It's easier. Where are the other sheep? So like I said, 3 of the sheep are... Ooh, he's getting kind of close. Let's... Eyes on the beaver. Right over there. See the de Havilland beaver? We're going to fly one of those soon. One of the missions calls for us to fly a de Havilland beaver. Are those sheep? Do those look like sheep to you guys? I think those are our sheep. Or are those our sheep? No, those aren't sheep. That's a silo. Alright, let's see if we can get this sheep without crashing and blowing up. Sheep. Woo. Sheep. Yeah, get the sheep. And scare.
Now, what did those sheep ever do to you?
They looked at me funny. Alright, so the last sheep, I happen to know, are somewhere over here. But they're not in a pen. They're free roaming sheep. They're wild sheep. And wild sheep. So we just gotta kind of find the wild sheep. And buzz wild sheep. How about that? There's also a flower bombing part of this mission. I don't do the flower bombing. I mean, you can't really bomb very well from a Piper Cub, quite honestly. Speaking of our Piper Cub, so wonderful aircraft. Still used a lot in Alaska for bush flying. First production was in the 30s. There's some wonderful video on YouTube of an annual competition of short takeoff and landing using modified Cubs. Some of them are Super Cubs, which are supercharged, hence the Super Cub. But if you couldn't guess that, it's just amazing. These guys are real short field
The
flyers.
fly-in is just on the
Yeah, I
southeast
know,
side
man.
of
Be
this
quiet.
lake.
We're looking for sheep. You don't see any sheep? Is that a sheep? Does that look like a sheep? That's not a sheep. What is that? I don't know what that is, but it's not a sheep. Alright. Is that a sheep? That can't be a sheep. That's a tree if we're not careful. There's a sheep over there. Here, sheepy, sheepy, sheepy. Where are you, sheepies? I think I see. I think I have a sheep. Maybe not. I thought there were some sheep over here. So one way to buzz the sheep, and I do know this because I actually had to do this, you just fly along really low until your co-pilot talks about how you just buzzed some sheep. So we're going to kind of make use of that. As long as you stay under 100 feet of altitude, it counts as a buzz. Sheep buzz. Ooh, that was really close. I almost removed my wing. Why would sheep? Sheep wouldn't be in here, would they? Not good sheep. Only bad sheep would go in there. Here, sheep. So what was a 6-minute video before I decided I want to do the sheep mission, it's now going to be like 30 minutes of hunting for one freaking flock of sheep? Flock of sheep. No. Herd of sheep. Alright, let's find the last sheep we buzzed, because I happen to know they're approximately they're due east of the last sheep we buzzed. So let's get some altitude here. Where are those last sheep we buzzed? Oh, there's our farm, I think. That's one of the barns we can fly through. Is that our airfield? Yeah, that's our airfield. Okay, so the last sheep we buzzed... Where are the last? They're right there, aren't they? Yeah. Alright. So, last herd of sheep. Are they in this field, maybe? Cut the throttle all the way off so we don't overspeed this plane. And it has a big enough wingspan that we can just kind of float our way down. Scary landing. Scare people. Ah, run away. No sheep. No sheep. Alright, so there was the last sheep we dealt with. So the other sheep have to be over here somewhere. Oh, crike-a-moly. Climb, climb, climb. Alright. Silo thingy. Sheep. Sheep, where are you, sheep? Where are the sheep? Sheepy, sheepy, sheepy. Huh. Alright. So I was asked on episode 2, someone asked me after they watched me plant that barren into the side of a mountain, they asked why I was reading my manifold. So I don't have a manifold gauge here on the Piper Cub. It's a little bit rustic for a manifold gauge. You probably could install one if you wanted one. But manifold reads the suction into the engine. So the higher your manifold, the more your air you're sucking, the more negative pressure is happening in that engine, the more power you have. So when I was flying along and my manifold pressure suddenly just plummeted to 0, I knew I was in trouble right away at that point. I tried to save it. Those of you that watched to the end know I didn't really succeed. Come on. Now it's been about 50-50. Not like there's been that many comments, but is that a sheep? I think I see. Is that a? Could that be a sheep? It's like a town, but maybe the sheep is nearby. If you were a sheep, where would you be? Not that many comments, but it's run about 50-50. Cut it, or keep it full length. And I actually think I can do a little of both. I'll put a highlights reel of the long missions, but I'll also go ahead and upload the full mission as well. If I could find these sheep, though, that would be awesome, because then we could be done with the sheep bovine terror badge. Ooh, whoa! Watch out, airfield. Man. Are there sheep down here, maybe? Have we been here before? We've been here before, haven't we? Yeah, we came from the other direction. Well, bugger. What a pain in the butt. Terrible, terrible sheeps. Come on, sheeps. Be scared of me. Appear and be scared of me. How about that? Okay, I've been doing this in the cabin. I'm going to go outside the cabin and try to see the sheep now. Because I don't see sheep. Where are the sheep? Are those sheep? Nah. Maybe. No, it's a brown smudge. It's one thing I wish about Flight Simulator X. I wish the ground cover was a little bit better defined. I'm going to fly into an alley of trees and die. Well, where's the other one that we buzzed? There, so these sheep should be over here, right? Yeah. Come on, you terrible, terrible sheep. Let's check over here. Just because. I see him! I think. Are those them? See the little... I'm kind of crossing my thing over. Whatever. I'm diving for what I think are sheep. Are you a sheep's? Oh, you don't look like a sheep now that I'm closer. Well, I thought I saw sheep. Well, let's not land in the field, though. Bugger. No sheep. Let's avoid the big... I do see the tower out of the corner of my eye, so I do know it's there. Alright, so let's head for Eagle Creek. Evil, terrible sheeps. Alright, so we're going to make our landing here into the airport. Come on, guy. Trigger out. Trigger the man to talk. Come on. He's not going to trigger, is he? No. Alright, so that... I did it in the last recording, so we might not trigger again. See the white line across the airport there? Or across the runway? Just above the 3. Right about where that piece of metal bends on the center of my screen.
There's a bombing target in the middle of the lake. You can fly over it and drop some flower bombs. Hit it square and you'll get a reward.
No, I won't. And I won't hit it square. I happen to know that. Alright, we're going to swing by the flower bomb. I don't know how to drop the flower bombs, so... now that I've triggered him, apparently, he'll tell me when I go to line up to land to try to do a point landing right on that white strip. And it requires the finesse that you would see of the guys in the Alaska bush flying competition. You want to get low and as slow as possible, just above your stall speed. Of course, we don't have any flaps here. The bush guys, they're often using newer aircraft that are running flaps. But we don't have that luxury. Are there sheep over here? I'm still hoping to find the sheep. Evil animals. Evil sheepy animals. No. Alright, no sheep. I'll have to come back to this on my own off screen, see if I can find all the sheep. I'm also going to fly excuse me, I'm also going to fly through all the barns. But again, I have to turn off all the graphics for that, and then the game just looks ugly. Alright, so let's turn away around. What's that 1800 Piper Cherokee? Alright, where's that runway? Let's go. Turn. No sheep. Ugh. It's mean. Don't put the sheep in their cage so I can buzz them. Alright, so there's our runway over there. Alright. So he'll want me to try for a spot landing, so we're going to come in low and slow as we think we can safely do. And that'll let us kind of float over until we hit just over the line, then we can drop the aircraft onto the tarmac. One thing about this aircraft, notice the landing gear. I mean, yeah, it's fixed, but it's got little springs.
Watch for traffic and bring us in for a landing.
So it's got like a spring landing.
Challenge. See if you can touch down on that spot landing area at the start of
spot landing area. I know. So we're a little bit high, but we're gonna try to compensate for that. It's not like, you know, we're going to be going super fast or anything. And I don't have to stop the aircraft. I just have to touch the main wheels down in that. So we can just kind of dive down here. And we can bleed off speed very quickly in the Piper. Alright, now she'll start to float a little bit. Give it a little bit of power. Oh, I missed. Oh well.
You hit the spot landing area
I did?
just right.
Oh,
You're
how about
a better pilot than I ever was.
I hit it. I don't know how, but I hit it.
Good job. You're a fine pilot.
Stop.
I'm getting too old to fly myself, so I don't get much use out of this dear old Cub.
Yes,
unless
old man.
someone else comes along. Thanks for bringing me here.
So we're going to get off the runway. I'm going to close that. We're going to get off the runway here. Kind of look at, don't go too fast, we're just going to go across the grass, because it's a Piper Cub, so it's made for doing this kind of stuff. So, stop. That Cub over there, the one that's blue and white, it's got the extra big wheels for rough field landing. Looks to be a Cessna, probably I can't be sure, but it does look like it's a Cessna. Another Piper, a Piper there in front of us. I can't identify this aircraft. It looks like one right dead in front of us here. Looks like it's got a turboprop, but I don't know what it is. And then there's that one with the bent wings. I don't know what that is either. But we made it here to our our fly-in. We'll shut off our prop and open up our exit door. Nice exit door opening right there. Yeah. So now we've made it. We buzzed as many sheep as we could find. We couldn't find the last sheep. We made it to our fly-in so we can go have our pancake breakfast with our friends. So until next time, this has been Captain DerTebbers with Teddy Bear Air.